the supporting bout on that Caesars Palace bill. It features Ray Boom Boom Mancini, who was having a warm-up fight prior to his WBA lightweight title defence against Bobby Chacon. Mancini's opponent last night was the 25-year-old state champion from Florida, Johnny Torres. Let's join them for round one. Reg Guttridge again picks up commentary.
So scheduled for 10 rounds then, Ray Mancini, the World Boxing Association lightweight champion, in a surprising non-title fight. And sometimes they just slacken off a bit and pay the dividend if they're not careful. Johnny Torres, there he is, tall, 5 feet 10, holds the Florida Junior Welterweight Championship, whatever that means. He could well be the only junior welterweight in Florida. Well, there you are, the underdogs. If they can make a good show of it against the champion, can always get a reasonable shot at the championship if they put up a good show. Johnny Torres comes from, well, almost a commentator's nightmare town of Okeechobee, Florida. Mancini gets off fast, doesn't take much time finding range. He's a natural throwback fighter, son of a good fighter who fought for the championship back in the 40s. There he is, good riding punches, trying to bring Torres' guard down with punches to the body right at the start. Attractive action fighter, Boom Boom Mancini, comes from Youngstown in Ohio and was trumpeted into the ring by his own record, the Boom Boom Thief. Good shots to the body there, very impressive from the champion. He's 1 3/4 above the lightweight limit of 9'9", and Torres is just 1/4 pound heavier. Torres gets this shot because he defeated a very useful fighter called Pedro Laser last July. But really, in 21 wins and 8 losses, that's the only one that I can spot that I would consider impressive, but doubtful whether it's good enough against a world champion.
Hold it up, step back, step back.
Referee, Davey Pearl, from Las Vegas. Really get it to work at the start, Mancini. If this was intended as a warm-up, he's not going to hang around too long. Well, he took those to the body well, really, Torres, but for how long? Oh, the first one that clipped him on the chin was obvious he was a little bit out of his class, and he's not really rousing at all. There's no way, shaking his head to think, no, I'm not going to make this, and really, can you blame him? Or is Davey Pearl going to give him a... Well, he's giving him a long time. He's almost had a 12 count there because it's in the first round, but it's a matter of how many more punches, surely. And almost on the way down, he took that shot, but he stopped it while he's there. He could officially count him out. It's a formality. Make that around 2 seconds short at the end of the first round, and they're really giving this fellow championship triumph there. He hasn't really done a feat, has he, knocking over this Torres. As I said, I hadn't seen anything on his record that totally justified that match. Well, he's had a few tough fights in his time, Boom Boom Mancini. I suppose he could always do with an easier one, and the loser doesn't look too much the worse for wear there. But I wouldn't have thought the Nevada State Commission joyful with that one. There it is. He's been punching to the body, then he brings the right hand over the top. That's it. Side of the jaw, right at the corner of the jaw. And at that point, he says, I don't think I want much more of that. From another view there, he's trying to tuck up behind the gloves. They're the body punches from Mancini. Just piling in, uppercut goes through, and that was the final knockdown and the punch on the way down. And good night, everybody, with that.
So Mancini looking very sharp indeed, but hardly a warm-up for him. And coincidentally, the fight lasted exactly 2 minutes 57 seconds, as did the Holmes-Frazier contest.